You're listening to ETBU Extra on the ETBU Sportsnet at goetbutigers.com. We're live from CC's Pizza in Marshall, Texas, where you can join us each week for the show and get the buffet and the drink just for $5 for being a part of the audience here, watching the show being taped. Of course, the segments are replayed later on YouTube. So we're glad that you either clicked in today live or clicking in later to watch the replay of the show. We're joined now by the Tiger softball coach, Janae Shirley. And Coach Shirley, I know yesterday you had a game scheduled against Louisiana College, and as I was watching the weather forecast and watching the light and mist, and as it got close to time for game time, I get on Twitter and they're saying, play ball. How did you get that game in last night against Louisiana College?
Well, the weather around here has just been crazy lately. So, earlier in the day, everything looked like it was going to be good to go, and then all of a sudden we started getting these pop-up showers everywhere. Luckily, we do have a great field maintenance crew that did an excellent job for us yesterday. We were very strategic with pulling the tarp on and off the field all day, and just managed to make it very playable. It was wet conditions, but it wasn't bad.
You won last night against Louisiana College by a final score of 4-1. Talk about those conditions for your players. There's got to be some adjustments made because the ball's going to be wet. When you go to bat, you got a little light sprinkle coming into your eye. Might not be able to see the ball come off the pitcher's hands. Come some of the adjustments that your team had to make last night. Well, Louisiana College as well.
Yeah, well, for both teams, it is definitely an adjustment. It changes the game, and I think, you could see a couple balls flying where they shouldn't have been and things like that. It just definitely makes fielding the ball a lot different. It makes pitching the ball a lot different. With Shelby, it gave us a little bit of an advantage because she doesn't throw a lot of balls that go down. We don't have to make fielding plays. We catch a lot of pop-ups and stuff. So, and she threw a good ball game yesterday, which was definitely an advantage for us. Whereas their pitcher throws a little bit different, and so they had to adjust for that. So I think, conditions do play a factor there, but we did play a good ball game last night, so I was pleased.
Tigers won over Louisiana College in Game 1 of a 3-game series. Game 2 and 3 scheduled today. The times have been changed to 4 and 6. Right now, we look at the skies in Marshall, partly cloudy, and the sun is shining, so more than likely we're playing softball and baseball this afternoon. You mentioned a good game from Shelby Parker. That's something you get to say a lot, and once again, the American Southwest Conference has honored her by her performance last week as the American Southwest Conference Pitcher of the Week. She continues to throw strikes and get wins.
Yeah, she's definitely given us a chance to win every time she gets on the mound. And, I think she is really, we talk about it as coaches, we wish that these kids got to play college ball, later on, from the age of 20 to 24. Shelby, this is her 5th year, and she's really shown a lot of growth, and she really knows what she has to do in order to win. And so, she's older, she's more mature, and she's been in tough situations, so she handles the pressure a little bit better than other people do, and she's just really grown a lot and helped our program a lot.
And I agree with you there. I've seen her when she came in as a freshman, and just the way she carries herself from that freshman year now to being a graduate student, pitching for the Tigers. Of course, last night against Louisiana College, she had 15 strikeouts. Wow.
Yeah, she did well.
Another great performance by her. Now let's talk about the games today. When ETBU and Louisiana College play, it just seems to, it's one of those type of games that you've got to really play your best game. They're currently ranked 18th in the nation. They've battled us throughout the years for top spots in the ASC. You've got another battle with your 2 games today.
Yeah, this is definitely an important series for us. Something Louisiana College has been, has always had a great program, but they always have great athletes. And so with facing a team that has a lot of great athletes, you definitely have to play good defense, and you have to be on your best game. And so our girls did a good job of that last night. We got to come back, have another 2 good ball games today, and put us in a good position in the race.
Visiting with head coach Janae Shirley of the Lady Tiger softball team. I want to take you back when you hosted the Marshall Youth Softball Association. The ladies from that program came out. I wasn't able to make it the game tonight, but I saw all the pictures on Facebook and Twitter, and even saw some feeds from the actual kids who were there who said they thoroughly enjoyed that evening. Kind of talk about that evening and what transpired for the youth here in East Texas who play softball.
Yeah, we started that last year. Last year, we just kind of randomly threw it together at the last minute. It had a pretty good turnout, and so we were excited to do that again this year. Something that we've really been trying to promote is get the younger kids, the kids that are playing T-ball and playing select ball and things like that, to get excited about a college program and really kind of rally behind us, but also give them something like goals to reach for. And we try to tell our kids that everything they do is people are watching, and these kids, having them come out there, it's like that was our team's goal, was to like show them this is how you play the ball, this is how you hustle, this is how you work hard and things like that, to kind of cultivate that next generation of softball players. And, you know, again, hopefully have some of those kids. We love having local kids in our program, and have some of those kids get excited about possibly being in our program one day.
Here's with Coach Janae, Shirley, the head softball coach here at ETBU. I don't want to look ahead, but I do want to talk about, I guess I'm going to look ahead, about the weekend trip you got for your team. It's non-conference games that you traveled to Mississippi, and kind of talk about how that group of games came up for you, because you'll be playing Emory as well as Millsaps, just some other D3 teams that are in that part of the nation.
Yeah, we really struggled this last year getting non-conference games, and it was, we had a pretty good year last year and just didn't have a lot of teams that were really excited about playing us, which is, it's kind of disappointing. But we've played Millsaps on and off, since I've started coaching here, and called up that coach, and he's, we were looking at our schedule. Everybody's schedules are so different that it was hard to find a place, but he had Emory coming in and was like, hey, why don't we work out a little tournament, something like that. Well, it just happened to fall on the weekend that we play Louisiana College, so that's why our games are in the middle of the week. We all worked it out to where us, LC, Emory, and Millsaps are all playing kind of like a little miniature tournament, and it's great for all of us because it gives us an opportunity to play new people, and Emory is always a phenomenal program, and so that's a good matchup for us. Millsaps is having another great year, so it'll be a good matchup. We're hoping that we get those games in this week, and it looks like rain out there, so we'll see. Hopefully we can make it work.
I'm glad I'm not a softball coach or a baseball coach trying to get games in this year.
Yeah.
Hey, going to a series like that where it's a non-conference, do your players kind of, well, this is not as important, or do you think they still stay up with games like this?
No, I think they still stay up with it. For us, the non-conference is almost as important for us as the non-conference, or as the conference games are, because, we have good teams in our conference. So, everybody's looking for that at-large bid and trying to, work on the regional rankings, and it's just stuff that it is important for us. Our whole body of work is important to get into playoffs and things like that if we don't get that AQ. And so, I think going into it, it's a big weekend for us.
Visiting with Janae, Shirley, head softball coach at ETBU. Coach, any final words before we let you go and bring in one of your players, Sarah Clements, in for our last segment of the show today?
No, just excited to get to play again today, and hopefully you guys will come out and watch.
All right, Lady Tigers play Louisiana College today in a doubleheader scheduled. Weather's looking great today right now as we're here at lunch at CC's in Marshall. They've moved the times up to 4 and 6. Originally it was 2 and 4, but moved it 4 and 6 because of the wet weather we had yesterday. Of course, the Tigers got that game in last night, winning 4-1 over Louisiana College. Well, Coach Shirley, thank you once again for your time. Always good to see you here at CC's Pizza as we have ETB Extra each week. Coming up next on the show, our last segment of the day, we'll visit with a Lady Tiger softball player, Miss Sarah Clements. She's next on ETBU Extra.
When you have